You've probably seen the commercials. People from other cities poking fun at us, Omaha, for being unhealthy.
Yeah, it doesn't make me happy at all. It is surprising and is disappointing to land at 142nd on the list, but Live Well Omaha and the Douglas County Health Department are working to do something about that. Here to explain what they're going to do, Mary Balliff and Celan LaGreca. We'll get to the actual campaign in a minute, but first, talk about Live Well Omaha, how you guys got started, and what your mission is.
Live Well Omaha is an organization that's about 10 years old, and it brings together organizations across the city, has over 40 members, whose mission is just to make Omaha a healthy place to live.
And you're with the Douglas County Health Department. Are you one of those partners?
Yes, we are.
Within that organization?
We're one of the original partners. We've been with them along the whole route.
All right, this campaign, which we've seen the commercials, and in fact we have some of them, and maybe you've seen from, this guy, he's going out.
It's a great commercial.
Right, he's going to run later and pass up the other guy. I've seen this. He shows him a thing or two.
Nice
Why launch this big campaign? What's the idea
when it
here?
comes to the healthy life?
Well, we want to call attention to the problem and to Omaha's ranking. We're launching the campaign as part of a grant that the community received from the Center for Disease Control. It's a community putting prevention to work grant, and our focus is on the nutrition and exercise components. We're one of 44 communities across the country to receive a grant. So this ad campaign is one of 9 strategies of that grant. The intent of the ad campaign is really to create awareness and to begin to motivate people in our community to change.
We're 142nd on the list. It's going to take some time to turn that around and get us up closer to the top. How long will it take? I mean,
our goal is large. We want to be number 1, and that will probably take us 10 years. But in the meantime, you're going to start to see change in this community, we hope almost immediately. The grant is only 2 years long. But we've been around a long time, and we will continue to be here after the grant is over.
And it's more than just television commercials as well.
Correct. There are 9 other activities that are going on across the city.
All right, so let's talk about some of these things we can expect to see in the future as part of this campaign. Physical changes, too, within the city, right?
Exactly. One of the biggest ones that you're going to see is a new transportation element of the city's master plan, which means there will be more bike lanes, and there will be signage and those kinds of things that will make it easier for us to choose whatever kind of transportation we want, whether it's walking or riding a bike or using a car.
And I'm glad to see that, because I've always been disappointed about the city's lack of bike trails. And they go through the city. You go to some other cities, even on the coast, that just have bike paths and trails everywhere. It's great to see that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And sidewalks is another issue. We want to make sure that it's safe for people to walk and cross streets without any issues. So it's also looking at how, when we have new development, to make sure that there are sidewalks incorporated in that new development, so we can all choose the way we want to get from one place to another.
Talk about this approach to the campaign, because to me, what I see these commercials, I think they're very clever. The approach that you take on it is that it's here's where we are, but let's have a little bit of a sense of humor about it. So going forward, what is your approach to really get people to respond and not taking it too seriously, but enough so that we get the message?
Well, it's a wake-up call to the people in our community, and what we hope to do actually through the grant is to drive policy change. So some of the programs that Mary has talked about, some of the other initiatives, where we have an outreach initiative where we are trying to get businesses and churches and schools and all kinds of organizations to sign a pledge that they will change at least one policy in their workplace or in their organization. So it's really focused on sustainability.
Is it too early to do that, to start signing those pledges? I mean, as you roll this campaign out in phases, does that come later, or can you do it now?
It's starting right now. We have organizations. We already have 10 organizations that are beginning to sign agreements with us now to look at that. And there are many organizations that already have healthy policies within them, and we'd encourage them to come forward and get in touch with us so that we can recognize everyone who's trying to make those changes.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, we're just trying to make the healthy choice the easy choice for everyone.
Yeah.
When you approach these businesses and other community groups and churches, what has the response been from those type of groups?
Most are really interested. They're things that they've been thinking about. It's like putting a bike rack outside, or thinking about every time you have a shared meal that there's one healthy choice at least available, or looking at what's in your vending machines. Most corporations and most organizations, whether it's churches or schools or businesses, are thinking that these are things that they really want to do. So it's a great way to have this discussion with management and employees and try to figure out what's most important and how do we get it done.
Yeah, moving up from 142nd to first or anywhere along that route is great, but all of those other benefits that you're talking about that I'm sure businesses know, they're saving money because people aren't sick as often or aren't maybe getting hurt as much because they're stronger and healthier. And right now we're looking at your website. So talk about your website, some of the tools there, and if people are watching now, whether it's within your own family or within your business, what do you want them to do when they visit your website?
There's actually an opportunity at the website to look at the different activities that are going on, whether it's getting involved in Safe Routes to School, or whether it's in the after-school program, or whether it's your own business that you want to do something for. You can go to the website, you can find out the information, there's a contact there, you can get in touch with us, you can start to make the change. And the change doesn't have to be just within businesses or organizations. Your own family can start to look at the kind of opportunities that are there for change and make that change within your own family.
Yeah, the healthy choice, the easy choice.
It is. It's an important initiative, and it's going to take some time, like you said, to move up from 142nd to get closer to the top, if not the #1 spot.
Yeah, I like this. Mike and I, we both love this campaign, to be honest. I mean, even outside of this show, we say this is great. You know, let's do something about this. So liveWellOmaha.org. If you are interested in doing something about it, physically, you can find them at 125th and Center. And again, there's the website. And then if you want to visit with Mary or any of the other folks at the Douglas County Health Department, you can find them at 18th and Farnham or call 444-7471. Log on to DouglasCountyHealth.com.
Mary,
Thank you both.
And thanks for coming this
We appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Well, details on a special breast health event at Village Point. That's coming up.
Plus tips on improving your pet's waistline. That's next. Do they have waistlines?